week doesn't really start off on a great note, as the Buckeye fan site 11 Warriors reports that backup running back Rod Smith has been dismissed from the team for a violation of team rules. Now, to the public, this is shocking because the last time we heard Coach Meyer talk about Rod Smith specifically, he was showering him with all kinds of praise for his great work on special teams, which then led to him getting more playing time in the offense, more reps, including 11 carries for 60 yards against Cincinnati. And this is where it kind of gets dicey. Throughout his tenure, according to the media, now not according to necessarily those inside the program, we all know how much the media gets everything 100% right. Rod spent considerable amount of time in Coach Meyer's doghouse, reportedly having academic issues and missing team meetings without permission. In fact, in spring, when he missed the spring game, Coach Meyer said he's pretty close to being out of here. For those of us that don't know Rod Smith, tell us something about him that we don't know, or kind of break him down, the human being and the player, because he obviously had the talent. I mean, he played in the NFL for 4 years.
Yeah.
So
his nickname is Smooth, man. So to give you a glimpse behind the veil, right? Like, you know, he's kind of resembles that personality. Like, I mean, great guy, good dude to have next to you, you know, means well, love to fight with him next to you. You know what I mean? You know, but also off the field, you know, he was a, you know, a family person, right? All of us became his extended family. And, you know, I think that, you know, much of what troubles a lot of folks when they come to big programs and, you know, have success and have their names in lights. You know, shoot, I was one as well. I'm sure Josh was. Hey, you know, hey, I get to go play ball at Ohio State. Holy shit! Now, like, I got so much to weigh on my shoulders with everything that I do. Sometimes mistakes, you know, have more weight on them than others. Now, I mean, not trying to make light of failed drug tests or academic issues or missed meetings, because those were faults. But at the end of the day, it didn't take away from, you know, in my mind, his ability to fight for me on a, you know, on a screen pass when he needed to clean up somebody, and vice versa for Josh on punt coverage. So, you know, I guess that would be my 2 cents there.
Yeah, I'll say this about Rod. I thought Rod was a great teammate, and I think you can be a really good teammate while also having some social issues that you have to work through, and like being, I think academic issues I get a little bit more fired up about, because they have everything in place to make sure you don't fail. But I also believe that a lot of guys come from a football culture where academics weren't important, so it's really hard to adjust. When you talk about like failed drug tests and stuff, like I don't think anybody should ever be tossed out of college athletics for failing a test for marijuana.
Nor do I.
I think that's the wildest shit ever. And to piggyback off of that, if somebody's failing a test for, you know, using pills or cocaine or whatever it is, then they shouldn't be kicked out. They need to be put in therapy. They need to, you know, that's an illness. And I'm not trying to say that Rod had any type of illness. What I'm trying to say is that maybe his social behaviors weren't acceptable for the team environment. I watched Rod. I would come in because I like to work out early. Rod would be in at like 4:45 a.m. getting his ass beat because he was always in the doghouse. And then I'd be walking in at like, you know, 5:15, 5:30 to get ready for a 6 a.m. workout. And Rod would be in the locker room just bopping, listening to music like they couldn't break his spirit. You know, and then he would go out on the football field and he would ball out. He finished every play hard. Like that's who he was. Like socially couldn't get right, which is perfectly fine. He came in, he was a great teammate. You know, he earned Coach Meyer's respect for the way that he played football. And I think it says a lot about him. And then went on, like you said, he was successful playing in the league. That's a really hard place to spend 4 years and make your way onto a team and earn a roster spot. And he was able to do it.
Right. But when a player gets dismissed from the team, how do you guys find out? And that's why I was asking about the leadership council, or is this Coach Meyer addressing everybody in front of the team to kind of send a message? How do you find out? Or you walk into the facility one day and it's like, hey, you know, Rod's off the team.
Coach Meyer, funny.
Honestly, I can't pull back on the memory of how we found out about Rod on this one, unfortunately.
That's
Yeah.
I was just thinking in general
Oh yeah.
So,
But
this
he's
is-
definitely like a team meeting, deliver a message type
Yes.
of guy.
okay.
For sure.
That was it. He'd be like, I want you guys to look around. He'd be
Yeah.
like, there's a seat that's empty right now.
Right.
And then he's like, somebody's world is upside down. Their family, their mom's probably crying.
Mhm.
So, their families, he's got to find somewhere else to go, but he can't be here.
Yeah.
He can't be here. He said, if you guys want to do that, you can be that too. So anybody, he said, you got to follow rules. You got to do it right. Like he would just go on and on and on, but he would point to the empty seat. He'd be like, there's somebody who's not here right now.
Maximum effect, maximum drama. Sounds like, which is good.